All right, so today's gonna be a quick one, but I'm going to show you the exact commenting strategy that's generated me over $1.2 million in revenue from LinkedIn relationships. Most people think commenting is about dropping great posts on 50 posts a day to boost some engagement. But here's the truth, and I hate to say it, my friend, but that approach makes you look like a bot and trains people to ignore you. Take it from me. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Casey Brown, and I've built an audience of around 40,000 people over on LinkedIn. And 90% of our clients for our 7-figure agency come inbound to me from LinkedIn. Now, one comment conversation actually turned into Sahil Bloom, a creator with millions of followers, actually flying to Atlanta for a private book club. Commenting is the real deal, and I have a lot of experience with leveraging comments, not only to build income, but to build relationships, which I think is way more powerful than income even is. Now, the secret isn't commenting more. It's commenting like you're sitting across from that person in a coffee shop, not like you're just trying to game the algorithm. So in this video, I'm about to break down my 4-part commenting system that turns strangers into 6-figure clients, and the psychology behind why generic comments are going to hurt your brand, and the exact templates, because I know you're gonna be like, okay, how do I just say what you say? I'm gonna give y'all the exact template that I use that start real business conversation. Now, I will say, before we get into it, I have a free brand guide. It is one of the most valuable things I've ever put together. People are always asking me like, why would you give away all this information for free? I always say, because there's enough out there for us to all win. But if you want that free brand guide, you will find it here in the description. Now, let's get into it. Let me paint a picture. Let's imagine you see a post from a CEO. It's about scaling their team. You comment, great insights, and you move on. What did you just accomplish? Nothing. You accomplished nothing, and you look like every other person just trying to get noticed and just trying to just put out a comment. You can go on my posts on LinkedIn and just see a lot of these bland comments as well. Now, what LinkedIn coaches will tell you is to comment for the algorithm, but here's the truth. The algorithm does not write you checks, people do. And when you comment generically, you are literally training people to ignore you, because every generic comment you leave is actually hurting your personal brand, and you are positioning yourself as somebody who doesn't have original thoughts. Why would somebody hire someone, whether you are a coach, executive that wants to do speaking gigs, a fitness trainer, why would somebody hire someone who could only just say, great post? So here's my contrarian take. It's a little controversial because I don't see a lot of people talking about this, and a lot of people do the opposite for me. All I can say is this is what has worked for me, so I'm sharing it in case it works for you as well. But instead of commenting on 50 posts, I comment very thoughtfully on probably 5 to 15 posts per day, depending on my bandwidth. But here's the key. I only comment on posts from either my ideal clients, collaborators or creators that I just want to build relationships with, or people in my target industries. And before I comment, I ask myself, if I was sitting across from this person in a coffee shop, what would I actually say? If they kind of were walking me through whatever post they just posted, what would I actually say back to them? And that's what I comment. Sometimes that's laughing, sometimes I use a swear word here and there, and sometimes it's something really thoughtful with a question. But instead of praising the post, I will generally add my own insight, or I'll ask a strategic question. For example, instead of saying, great point about remote teams, I might say, this reminds me of what we see with our clients. The culture piece is usually where remote scaling breaks down first. How are you handling informal relationship building that used to happen naturally in office? That makes me sound like a person you might want to work with. And this is exactly how I approached this conversation with Sahil Bloom. So many people ask me, like, how did that happen? But we built a genuine relationship through thoughtful interactions on his content, and I was adding a lot of value to his content. And so when he was launching his book, that relationship led him to flying to Atlanta to do a private book club for me and 30 folks that I invited at a mansion for free. So when you add insights instead of just praise, you are positioning yourself as a peer and not a fan. And generally the clients that y'all want to work with, again, whether it's conferences you want to get booked for a speaker to, a book deal you want, new customers you want, what have you, they want to see you as a peer and not just a fanned out person. And you are also demonstrating expertise and not just trying to get noticed. You want to be the person that leaves a comment that makes that creator go like, dang, like that's really good. Like, who is this? And they go click on your profile and now you guys are connected, right? Like that's what you want. And that's the best thing about LinkedIn, is that you have the ability to do that. The best comments at the end of the day start conversations, not end them. I need you to ask better questions that make that original post or creator think deeper about their own content, their own take. Or if you are naturally funny like I am, add some humor, add some funny, like add some humanness where it fits and where it exists. But what most people miss is that the real relationship building actually happens after the comment. When somebody responds to your thoughtful comment, that's when you actually go and slide into the DMs with something valuable. 90% of our clients have come inbound, and many of those relationships started with a thoughtful comment thread. When somebody sees you consistently adding value in public, they start paying attention to who you are. Comments are basically just like public auditions for your expertise. And every time you comment thoughtfully, you're showing potential clients how you think about their problems. So with that said, I know this was a quick one, but I have a challenge for y'all. And if you complete this challenge, I got something for you. And all you're gonna need to do is just message me on LinkedIn when you actually complete this challenge. But for the next week, I want you to comment on 5 posts per day instead of 50. But make every comment something you would say if you were sitting across from that person. And if you go and comment on one of my posts this week and you take this approach, I got you. Just put some sort of keyword that I would know you're actually doing the challenge and you got this from YouTube. Put some sort of hint in there for me, and I got something special for you guys. But please, I had to just make this quick little video because I'm tired of seeing y'all do this out there. Stop commenting and stop following this advice to just please the algorithm. It actually doesn't. Start commenting to build relationships. The algorithm does not buy your services, people do. And if you want my complete LinkedIn brand building guide, just click the link in the comments below. I send out all my tips and tricks and do all this in my weekly newsletter. So click below, get the guide. You'll be signed up to the newsletter. And with that, my friend, I'll see you in the next one.